Ladies and gentlemen, Tirupati Balaji, India's richest temple with a net worth that is more than Nestle and Wipro, is seeing a bitter battle over its world-famous Laddus. Now, these are not just Laddus, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Prasad of the Lord that lakhs of devotees partake as his blessings. They've been doing so for the last 300 years. Now, imagine after 300 years being told by none other than the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, where the temple is located, that the Lord's Prasad has been desecrated with beef fat and pig fat and fish oil. What devotees thought was pure ghee laddus have actually turned out to be pure animal fat laddus. The Chief Minister is saying, he's not just saying it, he's saying he has a lab report from Gujarat to prove it.
ఎవరు ఊహించలేదు వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి హిందువులకి కలియుగ దేవుడు ఒక నమ్మకం ఒక విశ్వాసం అందుకనే ఎప్పుడు కూడా అందరూ నమ్మేది ఎవరైనా వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామికి అపచారం తలపెడితే నెక్స్ట్ జన్మలో కాదు ఈ జన్మలోనే పనిష్మెంట్ ఇస్తాడని అలాంటి వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి పవిత్రం చేయడం కోసం కడాన ప్రసాదాల్లో కూడా మీరు నేను ఏదైతే చెప్పానో అలాంటి ముడి సరుకులు ఏవైతే వాడారో ఇవన్నీ నాసిరకం కాకుండా అపవిత్రమైన ముడి సరుకులను వాడారు ఆ విషయమే ఈరోజు టీటీడీ కూడా ఎంక్వైరీ చేసినప్పుడు టెస్టులు చేసినప్పుడు బయటపడిన వాస్తవాలివి ఇలాంటి దుర్మార్గుల్ని ఏం చేయాలో నాకైతే అర్థం కావడం లేదు ఓసారి బాధ ఆవేదన ఉంటుంది కక్కుర్తికి కూడా అద్దులుంటాయి కక్కుర్తి కూడా అద్దులు లేకుండా ప్రవర్తించి అంటే మేము ఏమైనా చేస్తాం అనే అహంభావంతో ముందుకు పోయారు అందువల్లనే ఇలాంటి సమస్య.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, faith is an emotive issue for Indians. And as was expected, an unadulterated political war has broken out over adulterated ghee. The TDP government says the desecration of the Prasad was institutionalized under the previous government led by Jagan Mohan Reddy that awarded the contract for ghee to multiple suppliers in Tamil Nadu, in Rajasthan and Gujarat without doing the necessary quality checks. Jagan Mohan Reddy has rubbished the charge and says the Naidu family isn't even sparing God for their politics.
Now, all what I request is, get into the details. You be convinced about the story yourself first. Then you hit people the way they should be. Then you hit Chandrababu Naidu so that he understands that this is not how politics are to be played around. No, because see, you cannot play around with your sentiment. This is not right. Nobody has the right to play around with your sentiment, which is the most derogatory thing to do. Where, see, for any allegation, you should actually have certain substance. See, without substance, if you just want to make wild allegations for the sake of politics, then I think you should ask yourself whether those people are doing the right thing or wrong.
So now that the allegations have come up, after, if and when the crime is proven, completely proven, what kind of action can we expect?
No, we will see the test results are clear.
Yeah.
They clear that the S values across all the 5 parameters are off. There is clear tampering that's happened. Adulteration has happened, and they've used everything possible. They've used everything possible to adulterate the ghee. It's a very sentimental issue for us. It's a very sentimental issue personally for us as a family also. People gave us this great responsibility. We take it with a lot of, we are very careful about it. We take this responsibility with a lot of great pride and we ensure that we deliver on it. So definitely we're going to do an investigation. Whoever is behind this, we will not let them go. We will try them to the extent the law allows us to try them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the adulteration has been confirmed by the Gujarat lab. that was sent a sample of the ghee used in the laddus in Tirumala on July 9th. Now, the sample was sent to them by the TTD, that is the body, the independent body that runs the temple. And they did so on the insistence of the new Chief Minister, Chandrababu Naidu. Now, the question is, was this sample tampered like the YSRCP is insinuating? Well, the matter has reached court with Jagan Mohan Reddy seeking an inquiry. The Union Health Ministry has jumped in. So has Jagan's own sister, Y Sharmila, who is now with the Congress and wants a CBI inquiry. So the question is not just whether the samples were tampered like the YSRCP is insinuating. More importantly, question is, did animal fat enter the sacred prasad of Balaji deliberately, or was it simply a dereliction of duty? That's the question this evening. Chundru Sundar Ram Sharma is the national spokesperson of the YSRCP, joining us on the broadcast. Professor Jyotsna is national spokesperson of the TDP, will be joining us on the broadcast in just a bit. Rahul Easwar is an activist with us on the show. And we have Venkateswara, UK, who's a senior journalist, who will be joining us on the show as well. First things first, Mr. Chundru, I'm going to come to you first. And I'll let Rahul Easwar fix his frame till then. YSRCP is saying, and we've just heard Jagan Mohan Reddy say, A, the charges being made by the TDP against Jagan are absolutely rubbish. And what Jagan Mohan Reddy is saying is, before you make charges like this, there has to be some substance to that charge, right? That's what he's saying. He's saying, where is the proof? But the Chief Minister has shown the proof. The TTD that runs the temple has shown the proof to say, this is the lab result from Gujarat, which is telling us that there was fish oil, there was pig fat, and more importantly, there was beef fat in the ghee that was used to make the laddu. So the proof is there, sir. As they say, the proof is in the pudding.
First, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, this is not the first time. This is not the first time making allegation against the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. Previously, he alleged about the Srivani Trust. He alleged about the tickets. All gone. All gone. Nothing. Now he's brought a new, this one is this Laddus. 100 days ke baad, after 100 days. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, you rightly said that he has put this placed this report before us. Just first I wanted to know who has sought the report from this NDDB. The NDDB has issued this report to whom? You first check if the report is there. Generally, you rightly told that the TTD is an independent trust. The EO is the main authority to ask all these questions or give the clarifications to the people and also to the government. But this report is sent to, NDDP sent to Water and Food Analysis Laboratory, TTD. Okay, we will accept. But definitely these people should have an email ID of their, not personal, of their organization. You see, email address is srinivasa981@gmail.com. You just tell me if it is a TTD's, whether this organization has the original email ID or not. Whether who is this Srinivasa 981? How the NDDB is a big organization. Please, big organization sent the report to a person, not to the EO, not to the organization's email. Number one. You just wait. Number one. Number two, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu said, this is the samples they drawn. Fantastic. When on 12/7/2024, who was the Chief Minister? Who is the Chief Minister in 12/7/2024? Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is the Chief Minister. In his period,
Chandrababu Naidu, correct.
In his period, these tankers have come. Not last 100 days back, tankers are not, they have sent for the samples. 100 days back, tankers are not the issue today. The present tankers, which they received, TTD received, last 3 months or 1 month back only. Listen to me, please. Because these samples, they have drawn.
Mr. Sharma ji, Mr. Sharma. What
Yeah.
are you trying to say? So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what you're trying to say. You are trying to say that these laddus and the ghee was adulterated during, not during Jagan's time, but during Mr.
No,
Naidu's time.
no,
That is what you're
no,
saying,
no,
right?
no, no, no,
That if the
no,
samples
no.
were sent on 9th,
Please,
if the
please,
samples
please.
were sent
No,
on
no,
9th,
no,
the
no, no.
laddus are from a time when Jagan Mohan Reddy was, when Chandrababu Naidu was the chief minister. That's what you're
No,
saying,
no.
right?
No, no, no. Please, please. No. What I'm saying is, these tankers have come a maximum 1 month back during the
हाँ,
time of this Chandrababu Naidu,
हाँ,
chief minister. It is a regular practice of the TTD.
ठीक
They send
ठीक
the
है
samples to the, please, they send
हाँ,
the samples for testing. The testing, if something is wrong, they will return the tankers back. The same thing happened even in 2014 to 19 of Chief Mr. Chandrababu's regime. 15 times they rejected the samples and they sent back the tankers. They sent back the tankers. The same way you would have done in this case also. But he wanted to do something, a political conspiracy. He wanted to make
okay
it. So he made this issue
हाँ,
a bigger one. And
हाँ,
I'm telling you, it is a
okay, I
political
understand.
conspiracy to defame the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. He defamed the devotees and the
Okay.
trust and the faith of many Hindus, millions of Hindus devotees. Another point I wanted to close it. 1 minute. Another thing I
Okay.
wanted to tell. Mr.
नहीं, 1 minute, Mr. Sharma. You have made one very important point. Are sir, wait, Mr. Sharma, you made an important point. Let's listen to what the national spokesperson of the TDP now is responding to that, right? Professor Jyotsna, you're joining us on the broadcast as well. Mr. Sharma of the YSRCP is making a very interesting point. He's saying it's not like adulterated ghee did not come when Jagan Mohan Reddy was chief minister. Liters and tankers of adulterated ghee came then as well. They were tested, and if they were found to be adulterated, they were simply sent back. They were rejected. Now the same thing has happened under Chandrababu Naidu. That adulterated ghee has come into Tirumala for the making of these laddus. Instead of sending it back, what you have done is make a political laddu out of this adulterated ghee. Instead of simply sending it back, you are deliberately doing mischief and blaming the previous government for nothing.
Very sad, but again, I'll have to answer his allegations. The point is, it is a very sensitive issue, an issue, which is concerned with almost some crores of devotees across the world, and an ardent devotee of Lord Balaji, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu, knows very clearly what is happening there. And it's not the first time. Let me put it very clearly here. It's not the first time that we have spoken about it. If you remember, when we were in opposition also, continuously when there were complaints from the pilgrims and the devotees saying that the Laddu Prasadam's quality has gone down, the Anna Prasada's quality has gone down, continuously we were talking about it, we were raising our concerns, we were raising our complaints, but none of it was heeded. In fact, there is an allegation. I still call it allegation because we are waiting for the reports of, proper reports of that as well. But there is a preliminary information that as these tankers are there, they should be, in fact, checked and tested in the Tirumala shrine upstairs, up on the hill. But during Jagan Mohan Reddy's regime, certain tankers were not tested up because the testing, there is a report also about it. We are just waiting for the authenticated one for that, so I'm not going to talk about it much. The point here is, why did this testing happen? Let me tell you very clearly, why does this testing happen at all? When our government came into power, because based on the several complaints we as an opposition also we have raised and even devotees have raised, as soon as we came in and the day Chandrababu Naidu garu took charge, he promised that cleansing would happen, would start from Tirumala itself. He promised that. As a part of it, the EO and all the officials there, they start, because complaints were there earlier also, so they started looking at the different issues. During that process, they have identified that pure cow ghee, which is a costly thing, is available at 319 and 320 rupees. That's when they sent these 4 different tankers. It's not one tanker, it's not one sample. They have sent 4 different tanker samples for testing, and when after identification they saw that contamination continuously from this particular supplier, this stock was being supplied to TTD. That's when immediately after the test
Acha,
results
theek
were
hai.
out, they have blacklisted that supplier and all the stocks were seized. Now, please come
Professor
back to the
Jyotsna
question.
ji, Professor Jyotsna, I'm going to come back to you with a question which is very simple. Like any logical person who's watching this broadcast will ask you that, madam, Hindus are the majority in this country. Why will a chief minister, well, and we know, and you know, Jagan Mohan Reddy was the chief minister till 3 months ago. Why will a chief minister going into election mode take panga with lakhs and lakhs of Hindus in his state, Hindu voters in his state, by deliberately adulterating the most sacred prasad of Balaji? Why will they do it? Professor Jyotsna, what do they gain out of it?
Ma'am, the point here is it's just not adulteration for them. It's all about commissions. It's all about, you know, getting money for them. That's what they're for them. Tirumala, you know, for me and you and probably crores of devotees across the world, Tirumala is a holy shrine and we have utmost devotion for Lord Balaji. But they do not have that belief system. I'm sorry to say this because being a non-Hindu, Jagan never gave a declaration which is mandatory for non-Hindus when they enter Tirumala shrine. They have never done it. And also, not just Laddu Prasada, several other things were tampered with in Tirumala. Almost 520 crores of scam happened in Tirumala. All the, ma'am, I'll tell you one thing. The darshan tickets, Srivani trust tickets, everything is a scam for them. Everything they have done a huge scam there. So do you really believe they have highest regard and devotion towards Lord Balaji? I'm sorry. He doesn't
Mr.
care
Sharma,
for the,
respond to
he
that.
doesn't care for the feelings of Hindus at all.
Respond to those two charges. ठीक है, I will come to my guests in the other guests in just a bit, but Mr. Sharma, two specific points where you have to respond. Number one point, Jagan simply didn't care because he was Christian and this is a Hindu temple. This is the allegation that is coming from the TDP. And number two, there was commission and corruption in the TTD. And you cannot say TTD is an independent body because we know who the chairperson of the TTD was. Till 3 months ago, Jagan Mohan's own uncle, Mr. Subbu Reddy, right? तो उसको इंडिपेंडेंट मत बोलिएगा प्लीज गो अहेड नाउ
The first one, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, he himself declaring that he is a Hindu and Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy is a Christian. This is a very highly objectionable in this democratic country because the constitution allows Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy to become the chief minister of this Andhra Pradesh. And next one, the TTD, if a chief minister should take the, that is called sari, amongst this one, to Venkateswara Swami, that is the custom. That is the custom. Any chief minister should do that custom, that is taking the god, this one, to the temple. Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy doesn't require any declaration because he's the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. A chief minister, whatever the caste, whatever the religion, he must follow the customs of that temple like Bhadrachalam. So he doesn't require. And the same thing, the High Court of Andhra Pradesh said that he need not give any declaration because he is the chief minister. That was the judgment given. Second one, she is telling, very important I wanted to bring to your notice. She is telling that Mr. Chandrababu, it is an allegation of mine. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, you just see this photograph. I request you people to show it more. Because what is the picture? Is a
what
Buddhist.
About it?
Buddhist, Buddha. We all respect all religions, all gods in this country. I wanted to know whether, please.
One minute, Mr. Sharma. Mr. Sharma, I also have a big Buddha. Sir, I also have a book. Are Mr. Sharma, suniye. I have a big Buddha murti in my house. Does that make me a Buddhist? I'm a Hindu. But I have a Buddha murti.
Exactly.
What are you saying? Just because he's sitting next to a Buddha murti doesn't mean he's a Buddhist.
From you. That is what I'm telling. If a chief minister telling that he is a Hindu, but he is having the this one of Buddha, we are not telling that he is a Buddhist. I am telling he's a Buddhist. He is not a Hindu. I am telling. But if they say that he is a Christian, I am telling that he is a Buddhist. But both I respect. They are my chief minister. Previously, Mr. Jagan was a chief minister, and today Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is my. It doesn't
You have
matter.
not answered my
Whatever the
question
religion they are.
on the allegation of corruption.
Yeah.
You have not
Corruption.
answered
Yes,
my
yes, very good
question
I'm just telling you.
on corruption under
My
the
friend-
TTD, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
under Jagan Mohan Reddy's uncle.
Listen, yeah, in 2014 to 19, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu came out in 2018. He made a big show in New Delhi, against Mr. Narendra Modi, spent 4 crores of rupees for Dharma Porata Diksha. That funds were taken from the TTD. Is it a corruption? What do you say? Number one. Number two, actually all the deposits of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam should be deposited only in the nationalized banks. But Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, exactly almost about 1,200 crores deposited in a private bank. Please, private bank. After Mr. Vavi Subbareddy taken as a chairman charge, he withdrawn that amount and the next day that private bank was closed. I am telling you who is talking about the corruption. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu used this TTD just like a platform for his all political purposes.
Okay.
And today also he is taking this
Okay, so you are saying
for his political gain.
you are saying ghee is okay. You are saying that Mr. Naidu is using adulterated ghee to make political laddus in Andhra Pradesh. Fact is, he's already won the election. He has 5 years.
What
Why does
I'm
he need to
telling
do
is-
it? But
No,
Rahul
no,
Easwar,
please.
come in
No,
here
no,
and
no,
then
no.
no, sir, Mr. Sharma, I have to get in other people into the conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
I have to
definitely.
get in other people into the conversation.
yeah.
Rahul Easwar,
Shreyaji, two
as someone who's associated with temples, as someone who's associated with temples, are you looking at it as a dereliction of duty, galti, someone not doing due diligence, or are you looking at, these adulterated laddus as something that was deliberate? How are you looking at what is playing out in Andhra today?
Say 2 points. First of all, this is not a political topic and this should not be a political topic. This is a deeply cultural, spiritual topic.
In
that
India,
will
everything
affect
is
the
a political
sentiments of
topic.
crores of Hindus. Tirupati Devasthanam. Yeah, this is not a political topic and this is a spiritual topic. So it will affect the sentiments of crores of Hindus and they should be dealt with that sensitivity. Second, we should have for sure a sitting judge inquiring into this. A sitting judge in Andhra High Court should be inquiring into this matter. They should not be left for politicians to blame each other and to score brownie points. Because even I went to Tirupati Devasthanam some months back along with my family. Our children were given this laddus. So it deeply pains and scars me as a believer that such a thing like this happened. So a detailed inquiry should be done, but a judicial inquiry should be done. Then only the truth will come out. And hopefully there is a larger point, that is Mukta Karo Mandir. Our temples should be given back to the Hindu devotees. Just like our Christian brothers have the right over their church, or Muslim brothers have the right over their mosque, Hindu community need to have right over our temples to rule and administer. This is our fundamental right given by Article 25 and 26. India got freedom in 1947 done by Mahatma Gandhi, but our temples have still not got freedom from the British system that the British created called the Devasams. These temple boards were the creation of Devasams starting from 1812. That was started in my state, Kerala, with the British government wanting to have a foothold on the Hindu temples. Macaulay introduced it. So we should have a larger debate. The devotees should have the first right to temples. And please remember, this may be corruption, this may be dereliction of duty, but a judicial report should come out. This is not a BJP versus Congress issue. This is not a PDP versus YSRCP issue. This is a deeply spiritual issue, and it will affect the sentiments of crores of Hindus. I hope all the political parties will agree to a judicial convention, a sitting judge inquiring into this.
Sure. I mean, Jagan himself, the person against whom the allegations is being made, has gone to court today asking for an inquiry. When you say it shouldn't be politicized, of course it will be politicized. This is India. Everything is political, right? And third, you raise a larger point about the Devasthanam system and whether Hindu temples should be free from government control. That is a larger debate. Venkatesh, would you want to come in here as a senior journalist looking at how things are playing out? Would you want to put this in perspective? Is this just pure politics? Or over pure ghee, or is it something else?
Yeah, I would say it's a bit of politics there. If you look at the timing of the way the issue was brought up before the people by Mr. Naidu, the timing of the issue that was brought up is somewhat suspect. then of course the crux of the issue is there, that there was dereliction of duty and something has definitely gone wrong. Otherwise, that lab report, it's a national laboratory, and then it was given by National Dairy Development Board. So you can't find fault with that. But then there are loose ends to this report. Who has handed over the testing samples to NDDB? That is, there is a loose end there. Then timing. But then we leave the politics aside between TDP and YSRCP. You should use this occasion to clean up the TTDB system as such. It's highly politicized. People started appointing politicians. There was one occasion 20 years ago, an excise contractor was made the chairman of the TTD. Is there no purity there? There is no sanctity there. So you should get rid of this politicization of the system of TTD. Use this occasion. Then, of course, it's more of politics here. Naidu got.
Can I very quickly ask you? Can I ask you very? No. Can I ask you, Venkatesh? You have mentioned timing twice. Can you just quickly tell me in 20 seconds why you say the timing of the allegations is suspect? Is it because he's completing 100 days, and therefore he needs to make a big splash about it, or is there something else?
Yeah, a combination of factors. Why can't you link it to the elections in North India? Why can't you link it to Haryana? Why maybe he's helping BJP, his partner in the alliance, rake up this issue and help BJP in getting more votes, the more of Hindu faith votes. Why can't you look at in the larger picture? Looks like that there is a deep-rooted agenda here. Otherwise, this thing was going on for 3 months. And one thing you should remember, of course, it was happening. It is not as if soon after Naidu took over as chief minister, it has happened. It has been going on for months together. Only thing is that it has come out just now in July. You don't look at it from a political prism of YSRCP or TDP getting at each other. But you should use this occasion to clean up the mess. That's what I want to convey. Timing, because
Venkatesh,
you have elections
that is a fair point. That's a fair point. You have a fair point. A, he's completing 100 days, and B, there is an election in North India as well. However, Jagan Mohan Reddy is hardly a player, so to make him the villain of the picture simply doesn't make sense. He's not even part officially of the India Alliance. But I have 20 seconds. I have 20 seconds each for Professor Jyotsna, for the political representatives. Professor Jyotsna, respond to what Venkatesh is saying. This is all timing. आपने chance पे dance किया. 100 days Mr. Naidu is completing, so you want to make a big splash. What better way than making a big splash than to get the Tirupati temple in?
In a way, I shouldn't be saying this, but the point is, we are at 100 days, we are very, very successful, and after this particular row, probably वो जो success है दिख रहा है वो इतना नहीं दिख रहा है बाहर को जितना दिखना चाहिए था. We are not getting our due credit in a way because this has literally overshadowed it. I shouldn't say this, but that's a fact. अगर यहाँ पे एक और चीज है, 100 days को अगर हम लिया गया तो we have delivered what we have promised in our first day. We said we are going to sign on 5 files. We have done it. We have delivered it. So we are a hit there. There is no doubt about this. But again, one thing I'll have to say time and again, whether it is for Venkatesh ji or Sharma ji or koi aur bhi ho, Lord Balaji is not it's just not a temple or something like that. It's an emotion for all of us. So nobody will even dare to do politics with it.
Correct.
Nobody will even dare to do it. So
who's playing with emotions is the question. Who's of course. No. Who's playing with the emotions of of millions of devotees? Where either side is blaming each other. Mr. Sharma,
no.
I'll give you exactly 10 seconds so that you can't say कि आपको बोलने का मौका नहीं दिया. Wait. Mr. Sharma, 10 seconds.
See, actually she's telling instead of celebrating 100 days, they have brought this issue. It is the last 20 months, 2 months back issue. They have received this one report 2 months back. But today, 100 days utterly flap. So, Chandrababu Naidu, he knows how to twist and divert the attention of the people. And he knows how politically conspiracy to be made, how everything he knows it for the last 40 years industry. So this is completely an insult the employees of TTD, insulting the priests of TTD, and almost he has defaming the temple of TTD. And another thing is, millions of people's trust, faith, he is almost taken in a very bad way. This is not the correct. And another thing is, he has still not completed the investigation. Investigation
Both
has
of you
not
are
been
pointing
completed.
fingers at each other, which is absolutely fine. Sir, you're pointing fingers at each other, which is absolutely fine, because that is exactly what politicians and political parties, especially those opposing each other, are supposed to do. But I just hope that this issue, now that it's in the public domain and in national headlines, is an opportunity for the TTD to clean up its act and give its devotees to begin with pure desi ghee laddus and not animal fat laddus, for heaven's sake. Mr. Chundru, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for joining us. Professor Jyotsna, good to have you on the show. Rahul Easwar, thank you very much. And Venkateswara, thank you very much for joining us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's a wrap from me. Thanks for watching.